Welcome to the Perry Prosthetics How-To video series. In today's video, certified and licensed prosthetist and orthotist Nick Mowry is joined by our friend Brant to walk you through the essentials of below-the-knee shrinkers. Let's get started and explore how these important tools aid in recovery and limb health.
All right, so we've got your residual limb covered so the sutures aren't sticking out, right? We don't want them to grab the shrinker. So starting off, we call this light compression. The benefit of this style is if you're feeling a little sensitive or a little swollen, we can just do one layer versus two. Okay, I'll show you that. We can do that with this little ring down here, but we want to make sure those sutures aren't sticking out because when we put this shrinker on, we don't want to grab and pull on them, right? We want to keep that nice and protected. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways you can put this on. Sometimes the dressing doesn't want to cooperate with us, so we'll use one of these donning tubes, okay? So I'll use them first. What we're going to do is just get it started. Flop that side down, just reflect it over. I want to get as close to where I had that ring as we can. Now with this style shrinker, we can only use the donning tube for the first layer, but the first layer is the most important one with the dressing, okay? Yep. So we got it nice and at the end, all right? Yep. We're gonna touch it up against your limb. So this method really helps if you have a lot of sensitivity. It just takes a lot of that pressure off. I'm just helping get it over that edge, and then as I push this up,
this slides right on.
You got it. It's doing the work for us. So you can see that went on there really nice. We're going to get those wrinkles out of there. Ideally, I want to see both layers above the knee, but we want them staggered, okay? I don't want both ends right on top of each other.
So basically like
you got it.
Kind of cornered a little bit.
You got it. And then if you, like I said, if you had a day when it felt like the compression was too much, you can just spend a little time in just one layer like this, okay?
Okay.
But for the most part, we want you in two. So we're gonna snug this ring up to the bottom of your limb.
Okay.
And now again, I can't use the tube, but now that we have that dressing covered, it shouldn't be an issue. We shouldn't really have much resistance. We're just,
right on, easy.
You got it. We're reflecting it back, getting those wrinkles out. And then we're nice and staggered. So we've got that, you know, a couple fingers in between, but both layers are above the knee. So we have that
smooth.
You got it. Yep, no wrinkles, nice and smooth, nice even compression the whole way up, okay? And ideally we say about 23 hours a day, you know, take it off for dressing changes, bathing. But if the compression ever felt like a lot and you needed to take a little break, that's totally fine too. But typically the more you wear it, the better, just to control that limb. Some people will get stuck and they'll want to do something like this. The problem there is sometimes you'll actually choke the limb off here and it can actually cause you to hang on to some fluid. So you got to be careful doing that.
You don't want that to hang. You want the fluid to...
We want, yep, yeah, we don't want that fluid to pool down there. So ideally, if we can do both layers up like that, that's going to be the best case scenario. So now I want to show you, and to take it off, we just pull that right down,
and pull
that one right down. But now you're going to see the difference of if we don't use that donning tube.
Okay.
And again, you'd really notice the difference if you were sensitive down there. I know you're not too sensitive right now, so that's good. So instead of the donning tube, I'm going to kind of roll it down, try to spread it out as much as I can, right?
All the way to the end.
Yep, all the way to the end where I have that. And now I have to kind of work.
Force it a little bit.
You got to work around the gauze a little bit, the dressing. So your dressing wasn't too bad. But then we got to pull to get those wrinkles, so it just doesn't go as smooth and fluidly, which again, if you're not having a lot of sensitivity or discomfort, not a big deal. But if you are, that's where that donning tube can make a huge difference.
Just the same stuff.
Yep, and this is the same as before. It's just that first step that's a little bit different. So we're still getting the wrinkles out. We're still doing both layers above the knee. We're still staggering them. Because we could even get away with taking this second layer a little lower if I shortened it, but
Yeah.
this isn't bad. We still have a gap
So you
there.
got 2 fingers leaning.
Yep. Yeah, definitely at least 2 fingers, if not, you know, a little bit more.
Yep.
So that's how we're going to do that, and just keep an eye on it. Make sure if the shrinker rolls down,
Pull
you
it back up.
pull it back up. We don't want it to
loose.
bunch up, especially behind the knee.
Yeah.
That can cause some rubbing or a sore. So if you find it roll down, give it a quick pull, and you'll be good to go. All right?
Yes.
That's shrinkers for you.
The team at Perry Prosthetics is always available to answer questions from patients, family members, and medical professionals. Contact us at any time.